Central Coast food banks are seeing a shortage of some essential items to start the year. News Channel reporter John Palmentary says this comes at a time when the need remains high because of the coronavirus.
Yeah, I think.
Since last year, when the coronavirus pandemic hit, the demand shot up for food at distribution sites. Lines were long, and even now with the dynamics changing and some people slowly getting back to work, personal finances are still not solid enough to meet their monthly needs.
As the COVID pandemic goes on longer and longer, that becomes impossible for people.
This year is also starting off with a shortage of important items.
We are currently facing something that's called the commodities cliff, which means the commodity items that we get from the USDA are basically drying up and disappearing at the moment.
And that's expected to go on for a couple of more months.
So we're having to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars to purchase food that we can't get donated.
Recently at the Santa Barbara Franklin Center location, where 3 pallets of food would arrive, it was only about a third of the normal delivery.
We've definitely seen the supply go down a bit.
These bags had fruits and vegetables and no shortage of people in need.
We try to make it so that everybody walks away with something, so they don't walk away empty-handed.
Typical food that we get from the USDA, which might be canned vegetables, might be rice, other staple items, are just not coming through.
At times, farmers have been given additional financial help from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, specifically to grow more crops and address this food insecurity problem. We saw that program at many sites supplied locally through the Berryman produce business. Hundreds of boxes each week were handed out as part of a contract with the U.S. Department of Agriculture. As for the projections ahead,
no matter what happens with the speed of vaccination, we know it's going to take people a long time to get back on their feet. People are going to be spending money for rent and other items, and they're really going to need help with food.
And a recent study showed about 4 in 10 people in food lines now had not been there prior to the coronavirus. In Santa Barbara, I'm News Channel reporter John Palmentary.